Hello everyone, welcome back to the series of SAP Business One SDK development. Due to my some regular job, I could not upload video regularly. So, anyways, let's get started from the previous video. In previous video, we learned about menu events, item events, and all this. Right. So, in this session, we'll learn how to create tables. Okay. So, creating tables from SDK and we'll create table inside table we'll create uh, fields, and finally what we'll do, we will register the UDO. UDO means user defined objects. So let me show you in SAP how it is done, and we'll do it using our SDK. So in I have already logged in. You can go to tools, customization tools, UDT. Okay, this user defined table. First of all, we'll create this and we'll create the UDF inside that table, and finally we will register that object. So these three things we'll be learning from now on, because in real projects, what we need to do, we need to bind these fields with the data source. So before binding this data source, we need to create the data source. Okay, so to do that, let's see from here. First of all, uh, customization tools, object registration wizard. I'll simply show you from here. So whenever you go inside this wizard, you can see here add a new object or object, update any existing objects. So let me show you one. Okay, now you can see here, suppose this is a UDO. This is a UDO. So inside UDO, you will find the your master table. Okay. So inside master table, there might be your shop shop table, or you can say it's an item table. So these are the fields which you want to show or not. And you can see here, these two are the child user table that are linked to the master user table. So in this way, we register the object. So after the object registration, then we can use that object and we can finally uh, make our entries in that document. So let's get started. Okay, I'm using the last application only, and we'll continue from that. Okay, go to your main application. Okay, first of all, what we will do, we will create a table for, first of all, we'll write a logic. First of all, we'll write a logic to create table. Okay, then we will create a table to store our add-ons configuration, and it will be useful in a production environment as well. So now let's write here, let's create a region here for other method. Let's give it as a database operations, or can give it as a UDO operations. Okay, so to register the UDO, we'll write all the methods here inside this region. So first of all, let's create a private method. First of all, we will create a table. So we will return the, if table is created or not in boolean. Okay, so okay. Now uh, let's have some variable. First of all, we'll also while creating this table, we will use GC. GC here means garbage collector. Okay, there is any garbage, we'll collect that first. Okay, now let's create a user defined table object. Yes. Okay, now we have created the object. This object will help us to create our user defined table. Okay, first of all, we'll check if this is null or not. What we will do? Here it won't get null. Okay, so if it's not null, then we will process. Now this get by key is used to check the table name. Okay, so now you can see here this method helps us to check if this exists or not. So it's asking for table name, so we'll check the table name. We'll pass the table name here. If this is true, then we will process. So if already the table already is exists, then what we need to do, we simply need to return it. So what we will do here, we will release that this we will first of all release this com object. Okay, so using Marshall dot release key, the object name is user defined table, and we will again collect this. Simply return true. Else what we do, we will now fill this object reference. Okay, so we dot You can also provide table description here as well. Table. And we also need our is a table type, and the table type is, let's see, table type. The table type is of you can see here table type is the type of user. Y- you can see here is the enum, I guess. Yes, so this is the enum of user defined table type. So we will also take this from our parameter. Table type, and we keep here as a table type. Okay, now what we will do, we will check the result. Result wells user. Now it's ready to add. Okay, so why we are giving these only? Because now you can see here, if we go here into our tools, customization tools, UDT, you can see here that only the things here, what we need to give, we need to give these fields only. We need to provide these fields only. We have provided the table name, description, and this object type. This object type here means this table type. Okay, now you can also provide this uh, all these details, display menu as well, if it's available here or not. Let's check. Yes, it's available here. So in this way you can also provide these values. Okay, so other things also you can provide this display menu, apply authorization, archive date, archivable. So this thing you can provide. For now I'm leaving it as a default. After this, if result is not equals 0, then what we will do is not 0, that means we are getting some error. So to get some error, we will also use company dot get last error message. Okay, so in this way we can uh, get our last error message. So simply let's create here and MSC. We will pass this message, this last error message and code to this local variable. Now this is done. Now if error message is not 0, if error message is sorry, if error message is 0, okay, sorry, result equals 0, then what we will do, we will simply return from here as well. Select false, and we will also show the error. So we will simply do this. If result is 0 now, we will show the uh, success message. So text. This is a success message. Okay. So in this way, we can show the success message. If you use this set status bar method, then you can only show the message in error or information. If you want to show in success, that what you say, in background color in green, then you can use that. Use this set text. Okay, so everything is good now. Also, let's write this code here. After showing this message, we will release this object, and then we will return true. So we will return false. Let's try this way. Now the code create table is complete. Okay, so first of all, what we will do, we'll simply try to create a table first. Okay, so after connecting to our application, now here, uh, before adding menu, we will create table. Okay, suppose, okay, we need, First of all, we'll create a collection of methods in a single method so that it will be easy for us. First of all, let's create a that is create database. Uh, we'll call this create table. Return the result from create table. So in this table, first of all, what we will do, we will first of all we will create a table, simple table. So the table, let's give as a add-on country. Okay, so in this table, what we will do, we will write in, we will create project code, project description, database, and this will be good if the database is created or not, and finally uh, active. Okay, so first of all, let's create this. Uh, we'll simply keep this as a add-on, add-on license. Okay, so we create this field. So simply give this field your table name here, and what else we need to do? We need to provide the table description. Okay, first of all, this table name we need to check in SAP what is the total character it is taking. You can see here 20 character. This is taking 20 characters. So this should be uh, less than or equals 20 character. Okay, it's good now. You can give that. And what will be this? This will be our no object. No object means that there won't be any. We don't need to register this table with the UDO. Okay, so that means we can provide this no object because this is not sorry, a master, or you can see here what kinds of table type you can see here is providing document lines. Document lines means that item table where you can see that matrix design, where you can add multiple rows. That means document lines. And document means the like the invoice, AP invoice, sales order, purchase order, that kinds of document. Mm, that kinds of table you can give the table type as documents. Master data lines means those, if you are creating a screen to store master data in such a table that stores in line only. That means you can use this master data line, and master data only means that if you are creating something master data, like taking the references from SAP, the like item master data, branches, warehouse, groups, item groups, these things are the master data. Okay, so no object means there won't be any kind of object registration process for this table. So for now we will uh, if you also want to give this name in specific format, then you can also give this like OADL, O add-on license. Okay, so what we'll do after creating this, SAP will add the rate in front of this table. Add the rate. Now it will be add the rate OADL. Okay, in this way also you can give your name. So simply add it in this OADL. Okay, now this call this method. So what we will do, first of all, okay, for now let's call this new. Then let's put a breakpoint here and start our application. Okay, the breakpoint is this. Let's go inside and let's go inside this method create table. Okay, so here now this should not be null. Okay, this is not null. Now we'll check if this table name is available or not. Okay, so this is not available, so it's going, and finally it's going to add. Okay, so you can see that result is 0. That means the user defined table has been added successfully. So let's show this message. You can see a table created successfully and the table name. And after adding this table, you might see this system message, database structure has been modified. You have to simply click yes, so that the changes reflect in your current session. Okay, so to check that, you can also go here, query and query generator. And execute here. Now our table will be select as from at the rate TL. Okay, okay, TL. Okay, you can see that it is executed successfully. So you can also see that by default two columns has been added in this table, that is code and name. This code and name is by default in object table type. Okay, so what we got here, code and name by default fields in uh, table type no object. Okay, so these two fields are there. So it means that our this code is working fine. Now what we need to do? We need to now okay, we have already, you can see here what we did, this code and description. We can use that code for project code and name for project description. And we will now create another fields, additional fields. Okay, so to create those additional fields, we need to write some code to create that field in that particular fields. Sorry, in that particular table. Okay, so we'll create a private method to create fields. Mhm. And we need here table name. All right. So in which table we are creating the fields. So that will be mentioned. Okay. Now we have to write the we have to check table name wise. Okay, you can also use here switch case as well. Let's use switch case. Our cost cases at the rate ADOS OADL OADL. Okay, if the table name is this, then we will create the required fields inside this uh, and also put this in reason or not. And then lesson table. Okay, so it will be easy when we uh, close this, then it will be easy for us to code as well. So the code will be in organized way if you because in a single table there might be hundreds of fields, so you can keep those cases in a single, sorry, in a reason wise you can create the case. Okay, now here we for to create fields we need to uh, this to create fields we need to provide the details of that fields, what kind of fields you want to create. So there are like the details we need to provide to create fields like my first of all we need a table name, we already have got that. And what else we need field name, this field name, or you can say this as a title. Okay, and description and the field type If there is sub field types, then sub will try. We need to give the length of field. We need to also provide the if there is something valid values. Okay, well you can see these all kind of requirements. These field details requirements. You can go to SAP and here inside tools you can go to UDF management. So define field management. Inside this, you can see what are the required details you need to provide to create a field. Let's suppose let's go inside this master data. Now you can see here what are the required things. This titles. This title means this field name, title, description, and this field type. This type means field type. And sub field type means this structure. Okay, you can also say the structure and length. It's done, and if there is a if you want to link these entities, then we will do that using our. We can also do that. Okay, let's type validation and default values. Validation, you can also give your default values as well if there is any default values. And inside this validation, we can do like valid values and new object. These things we can do. We can also make this a mandatory field if required. Okay, so now we will create a method. Okay, with these parameters. So let's create those. So what are the things we need? We need first of all string table name. And give this as a title. Okay, so field type we will use enum provided by SAP. Okay, so let's dot BO field types. And we will just take the software type. Field type. Yeah, field sort type. We need our length. Okay. And what else we need here? Okay, for now this we will check this valid value and validation by checking here it's available or not. Okay, this now write a code. First of all, we need to check if this table exists or not. Okay, so table exists or not, then only we will process forward. So let's write a code to check length table exists or not. We don't need to check table because okay, let's check it will be better for us. First of all, let's check. First of all, let's check table exists or not. To check this table, you can in this previous code we have used this, and can you use this block? Okay, if table is already exist, then what we will do, we will do that, so else will become false. First we will check here. Just then only we will process forward. And if field is already exist, then we will not create that field again and again. So we also need to check table name here because field might because same field can be exist in multiple table as well. So for the particular table only, we will check the field. Okay, so we use here. So let me check if available is available or not. Let's check if method is available here. Here it is. It's asking for the ID. It's a Here I think we cannot use this field string field name because it's asking for field ID. So basically, how can we get this field ID? All details of this user defined fields are stored in a table called CUFD. Okay, inside this table, uh, you can get this field ID, for, but currently, if we are creating, then we don't have that field ID. So let me show you how can you check that. Okay, in query generator, you can write a CUFD and execute. You can see here all the details of that field, and let's provide our table name. Here you can see this table where okay, well, press your system information and over here. Uh, page table ID. Okay, you can see here no any fields available. Only those code and name was there. Okay. So let's go to user defined field management. So go to user fields here and check for your you can see a add-on license configuration. This is a table field. Sorry, this is a table we have created. So here you can see here there is no any fields inside this. There is only inside this, then you can see this drill down bottom there. Okay. So for now there is nothing here. Suppose if you want to check the field of OCRD, which means business partners, then you can see here field details. Okay, these are the user defined fields details. So all the user defined fields are inside this table. Table. So here also will possible we will instead of by using this reference object, we will use record record set to check. We will run the query and check if that particular field is exist or not. Okay, so to do that, we will first take the reference of record set. Record set. You haven't seen this record set in previous videos when I have discussed this. This is inter interface of object interface that is used to create that is you that help allow us to execute the query. Okay, and it provide the it also returns the data as well. Method call set the to query. Inside this, you can write your query here. So first of all, we will check. First, we will say uh, from CUFD. We have to use this escape and here escape to operator here. Okay. What you say is escape something like sign or what you can understand that table ID. So it's this table name. I will also check this field. This is the title. You can see here. You can see here the name. The name is LSID. ALIASID. Okay. So if the count, if the count of this query is greater, that means if this particular field, this query is returning a record, that means it exists there. So we have to check that record count. There is something called record count is greater than 0. Then uh, it means that the field is already exists there. So what we will do, we will simply do this. We will release this as well, and we will go to else it will be false. Okay. Let's put this in try catch block. Taking field. Okay. Now if the field exists or not, we have checked the table exists or not. And now what will if table exists, then we'll again check if field exists or not. If then only we will create the field. Okay. Does not exist, then we will create our fields. So now in our next topic, we will learn this. The video is already long. So in our next video, what we will do, we will create we will create a field and we will try to register our UDO, and we will also uh, learn how to bind these fields, okay, to that particular data source, how to create data source here and how to bind that fields with the data source. So thank you so much. If you have uh, seen, if you are in this last videos, then you might know that what we have done here. So Keep learning, guys. Meet you in the next video. Bye bye.